it's the start of day 5 and we're heading on today to Kingshouse. Well, good morning. We've had another fabulous day in it wasn't a day, evening, in Tyndrum. And today we're making the long trip. Now, generally speaking, for me, this would be a 19-mile day because I would always tend to stop in the Glen Mountain Resort. This time, we're changing things up just a little bit, and I'm going to aim to try and head down to the Kingshouse Hotel. So that just means another extra little bit of walking and get to the wild camping spots just beyond the hotel, meaning that I can use their showers, I can use their toilets, and more importantly, I can use their restaurant. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Weather seems to be okay today. I'm walking on a section I don't normally do because generally I would head back into Tyndrum and get a full cooked breakfast, but today I've been up at 6 o'clock this morning and I'm on the go early, so none of the normal breakfast places are open, but yeah, you can usually grab a really nice breakfast in the centre of Tyndrum. So, right, here we go. It's day 5. So if you're coming on the route and you're not going in to get breakfast, as you come up past the By the Way campsite, this path does take you over a river. Now, today it's not very high. On other days, you might struggle to get across here, so you will have to head into Tyndrum to bypass this section of the way. But again, you just walk past the Green Welly to the little shop and turn right. So I'll spin you around and let you see what you might have to contend with if it's a very, very wet day. So the path takes us straight over this. Say it's not too bad today. There hasn't been a whole lot of rain recently. Navigating across that, not too difficult. So the legs are feeling okay. Back starting to feel stronger. For most of you, you'll not be carrying 19 kilograms on your back. I am, just because I've got extra things that I need for doing the filming. Also, and I haven't mentioned this yet, I've also packed an extra down quilt. Now, I was able to lend it to a young German lass last night who had bought a camping mat at the Benglass farm and got to the By the Way campsite in Tyndrum to discover it had a hole in it, brand new. She did manage to phone Benglass, but they didn't have another one of the same type of mat and just had one of those, the kind of thing the army use, that closed foam cell stuff. It's not brilliant, and she was worried she might be cold in the night, so I was able to lend that to her. But temperatures are looking like they're going to be down to -2 tonight in Glencoe. So I'm going to be grateful for that little bit of extra warmth, even although I am having to carry the weight, obviously. Yeah. Anyway, there's little bits of blue sky dotted around. I've got my fingers crossed it's going to be dry. And I'm going to try and make good progress today and try and get into Kingshouse between 6 and 7 o'clock. It'll be somewhere round about that. had hoped not to wear the waterproofs today, but didn't even get out of Tyndrum. Reached the Green Welly and it started drizzling, so don't know how much filming I'm going to do on this section. I'll bring the camera out when I can. But yeah, it did forecast that it was going to be a bit drizzly all day, so, you know, well done Met Office, you got it right this time. So, yeah, I'm going to put the camera gear away, get it wrapped up dry, and when it stops, I'll speak to you again. Right, we've left that beautiful road section. We're now officially into Argyll and Butte, and we're up onto a short section of mountain path. It's worth noting that you do have the road alongside you, so you do have that constant chatter of lorries and cars heading past you on this section, but we do curve away a little bit further down, away from the road, and that should allow you to enjoy the sound of the waterfalls cascading down the hill and the little birds that seem to follow you all the way along this trail. But yeah, it's a pretty straightforward path, this, along to Bridge of Orchy. If you've watched my Water of the West Highland Way video, you'll have seen that section. I'll put a link to that up here if I can figure out how to do that. I know other people put these little, it pops up in the top right corner here, information and a link to a video. I've never done that, so we'll figure that one out and add that in. So we've now got the imposing slopes of Ben Dorain looming down on us up ahead. I can't wait to get up that mountain. That's going to happen probably in the next couple of weeks. I want to get up onto the top of there. But yeah, lots of people on the move this morning. Some heading to Bridge of Orchy, which is a very short day for them. Others heading on to the well camping spots beyond the Inveroran hotel. And other mad idiots like myself aiming to reach Glen or a little bit further on to the Kingshouse hotel. Right, I need to watch what I'm doing. We're about to head under the railway. In the middle of the screen there, I think that's Dom from Australia that I met back at Benglass Farm, and yeah, he's picked himself a nice wild camping spot with his friends just along the road from Ben Dorain, which is kind of the halfway point between Tyndrum and Bridge of Orchy, and the sun is shining up ahead. Am I going to need to get the sunglasses out? That would be nice, wouldn't it? This trip's been very similar to other trips I've taken. You get days of sunshine, you get days of overcast, and you get days of rain. This is Scotland. If you're lucky enough to get great weather, brilliant. You're one of the lucky ones. But yeah, come prepared for all seasons. Now the weather forecast, I was checking that last night. It had been for today to be mainly rain. I've got my rain jacket on, but we've only had a few showers. But tonight in Glencoe, temperatures again are to get down below zero, so that's happened to me 3 years running at this time of year. So if you're coming in April, you know, we've had snow still falling around here, even up until 2 days before I set off. Yeah, the forecast is that for more snow even this week, so we will probably be seeing some snow, if not tonight, possibly tomorrow. But, you know, I've got all bases covered. This is part of the reason I'm carrying such a heavy pack. I want to be comfortable. Speaking to a chap who's done a lot of hiking down in England and Wales this morning in the Tyndrum car park, and he was saying his sleep setup's not really designed to cater for minus temperatures, so he's a little concerned if the weather forecast is correct that he's going to be a little bit cold tonight. I wanted to make sure that wasn't happening because I want to enjoy the trip. And I know there was a few comments about how heavy my pack is, but I'm trying to cover the kind of spring temperatures at 15 degrees right down to possibly -5, so that requires a bit more gear. But you know what, I'm happy to carry it on my back. I'm starting to feel stronger. This tends to happen, you get to the end of day 4 and you might feel just a little bit broken, even with a short day if you're doing Ben Glass to Tyndrum, because the top end of Loch Lomond does take it out of you a wee bit, and then you've got another day's walking beyond that. But every morning I've woken up on day 5 and felt pretty good, so nothing's changing. Be interesting to climb Ben Dorain from this side. I don't know if anyone ever does that. Its head today is shrouded in cloud, and it still has the remnants of the winter snow hanging about round about the top, and that seems to be the same for most of the mountains round about the 900 plus metre mark, your Munros. But yeah, it's looking nice. I just love this wee section of the route. There are so many mountains round about you, some of them still with snow on the top. Yeah, so we're about halfway between Tyndrum and Bridge of Orchy now. You'll cross over the river and then you're just following the railway line right round and into Bridge of Orchy. Again, just before you reach the bridge, you'll see off to the right where the railway kind of cuts over its own bridge, kind of looping round the valley here. And there are some fantastic wee camping spots that if you want to do your well camping, again, this would be amazing because you've got the fresh water running the river down beside you, and you're not far to walk to get breakfast in the morning. But yeah, oh, that wind has picked up. It's getting colder. You could tell we're heading north, but sure, we'll be fine. Right, I'm going to make a bit more progress on. Well, we're now just before the 7 mile mark today, so we've fairly battered along there. I've been speaking to a lovely couple from down south who are also walking the way, and yeah, we're now down to the Bridge of Orchy Hotel, where I'm hopefully going to get a spot of lunch. It might be a wee bit too early though, we'll see. So yeah, just passing through the train station here and then down the hill to the Bridge of Orchy Hotel. Just looked at my time there. That's taken me just over 2.5 hours to get from Tyndrum to here. So yeah, I'm making really good time. Last time I came along that section, it took me 3 hours. So I've obviously been filming less and walking more. But yeah, the weather's holding up at the minute. So if we can get that all the way round into the Glen, I will be a happy chappy. But I hope they're doing soup. That's my wish. So there we go, Bridge of Orchy Hotel, 7 miles from Tyndrum, and a place to stop. Refill your water bottles just to the right of the door there. And if you're doing it like me, it's a place to stop for lunch before heading on to Inveroran. Well, the Bridge of Orchy Hotel is now heading off in the distance behind us. I've just had the best black pudding, tatty scone and fried egg roll with a latte and then the whole lot washed down with a large pint of fresh orange and lemonade. So yes, I'm rehydrated, caffeinated, and have the calories to get me up over this hill and back down to Inveroran. They have made such a difference to the car park down here. I think it's to maybe encourage people with camper vans, I don't know. But yeah, there's a massive new car park here. That must have been part of the works they were doing when I did the water video. You can see there's a camper van just parked in there just now. Lots of no parking for cars. Weather's looking okay off in that direction, up towards Rannoch Moor, and the river's not as high as I've seen it. So it appears to be a pay-to-use car park, which is fine if you're coming up here to do the two mountains at the back of Bridge of Orchy, Ben Dorain, and the one that I can't pronounce. Yeah, this would be a handy wee place to be able to leave the car. And they've completed the wall over here, which is looking great. And the campsite is still looking a bit like a building site with this new mound of earth directing the water down this channel and leading it round the back. That's a massive improvement for this part. And yeah, these are your wild camping spots just next to the Bridge of Orchy and 100 yards down the hill from the Bridge of Orchy Hotel. Stayed there once before, and that's a cracking wee spot to have if you can get there soon enough before other people take it. So we're now heading uphill for a bit before descending down into Inveroran. Well, hopefully you'll be able to hear me over the wind. With just under 9 miles, you'll find yourself at one of the highest points of the West Highland Way. This is the top of the hill between Bridge of Orchy and Inveroran. And I'm going to spin you around now and let you have a look at the views down Loch Tulla and round towards Rannoch Moor. The views are stunning, but it isn't half windy up here. So yeah, we've got the short mountain path down to Inveroran, and that should take us to the halfway point for the day. Then we've just got the small task of 10 miles from Inveroran round into the head of Glen and down to the Kingshouse Hotel. But yeah, feeling strong, feeling fit. That breakfast roll certainly has helped. Looks like the top of the mountains are getting a slight dusting of snow at the minute. Wouldn't that be magical if I woke up tomorrow morning with snow in the tent? Anyway, right, I'm on my own here. There's nobody up here beside me. Yeah, lovely, bit of solitude. Right, let's get down the hill to the Inveroran Hotel, see how I'm feeling. Might stop for a coffee. If not, I'm going to plough on and start making my way round Rannoch Moor. Right, let's get down the hill. So a couple of 100 yards down the hill from the summit cairn, you'll come across this little hardy tree, which I'll be honest, I have passed twice, never even noticed it. It wasn't until a friend of mine said, "Oh, did you see the wee tree that's way up in the mountain?" Hadn't noticed it, so I made a point of stopping this time. Now it's, granted, as a tree, it's no sycamore gap, that beautiful sycamore tree that was sadly chopped down. But I would argue the views round about here are that bit more spectacular. So yeah, I have no idea how this thing's surviving, but yeah, it's doing it's doing great up here. Anyway, let's stop talking and we'll make a bit more progress down to Inveroran, and that should be us halfway for the day. So I'll stop talking, put the camera away, and let's get moving. Well, that's us made it into Inveroran. If you're considering doing kind of shorter days, that's just shy of 10 miles to get to the Inveroran Hotel from Tyndrum. By the time you walk down to the camping spots, you'll be, yeah, not far away from the bang on the 10-mile mark. I am going to stop here and do a few running repairs to my feet. And yeah, maybe get a cheeky pint before moving on to the next part, because we're halfway now. So yeah, look after the feet and the feet will look after you. Right, I'm going to go grab myself a pint and have a seat for a minute. Well, I did think about ploughing on from here, but the temptation of a lager shandy has drawn me into the Inveroran hotel. And I'll be honest, my feet could do with a little break just now, so I'm going to spend 15-20 minutes here just enjoying a half and half lager shandy, and then we're going to get going again and let's knock out this next 10 miles. We're doing really well today. That's taken me 3 hours and 20 minutes to get to this point, so I'm hoping if we can keep this going, we should be in Kingshouse by just around about 4 o'clock. So, yep, we're making good progress today. In the meantime, cheers from Inveroran. Well, that was a very welcome stop. I always like to stop at the Inveroran Hotel, even if it's just to get a drink, grab a bite to eat, check out your feet, or, you know, grab an ice cream cone. Treat yourself. This shouldn't be a chore, this should be enjoyable. So stop and take time to take in the surroundings here and enjoy yourself. So, just along from the Inveroran Hotel, you'll pass this beautiful wee cream-coloured cottage, and then beyond that is your wild camping spots, if this is where you're going to stop along the way. It's quite beautiful. It's right beside the river. And of course you've got the Inveroran Hotel that if you book in, you can pop in there and have your dinner. So, yep, if you're planning on doing kind of shorter days, or you want to push on a bit further than Tyndrum, Inveroran could be your next stop. So just down from that little cottage, it's only, 150 yards down the road. Just at the bridge, there are some beautiful bits of grass to stick a tent on. If you get here early enough, you'll be able to bag yourself a spot. It's a bit like Bridge of Orchy, but probably with more space. In the height of summer, people do come here with their cars and put up big tents with their kids to do a bit of wild camping. So you're in competition with other people in that sense. But yeah, this is a stunning wee spot to stick your tent for the night. So you can either bag yourself a spot here, or if you come over to the other side, there are more spots and the ground looks pretty flat and level. So yeah, get yourself here early and bag one of these beautiful little spots in Inveroran, 10 miles from Tyndrum. So I've just been chatting to a group of lads from Manchester who are up to complete this section of the West Highland Way. They'd come to do it a few years back, but one of them had to stop due to a health condition. So give them their due, they've come back and they're completing it section by section. And this is the great part about the West Highland Way. You don't have to do it in a oneer if you don't feel that you can, one, invest the time to come and walk for 7 days, or more or less. It's one of these ones you can pop in, do a section, get the bus or the train back to wherever you need to get it back to, and then do another section another time. It's one of these kind of do-it-your-own-way sort of trails. So, good on those lads for coming back and completing this bit of the trail. So they're in Tyndrum tonight and heading back to Manchester very shortly after it. So yeah, if you see the video, lads, you know, well done. It just shows you don't have to do it a certain way. Nobody asks you when you get to the end of the West Highland Way, did you do it all in one go? And you know, it doesn't really matter. Oh my goodness. I'm going to spin you around because I think it's snowing on the other side of the valley. Yeah, that's definitely not rain. Ooh, exciting. That's not a rain cloud. That's snow blowing around the side of there. That would be cool if we got a bit of snow tonight. We're about 11.5 miles in. A wee bit further to go on this Roman road. It's not a Roman road. I keep saying that. Is it a Roman road? Can somebody tell me? I don't know. It looks like a Roman road. I don't think the Romans got any further than Antonine Wall in Falkirk that goes right across. So somebody who's a historian buff will be able to know more than me. Did the Romans build this, or was it just the local people to drive the cattle up and down from Fort William down to the central belt to sell them? I don't know. Anyway, it's an alright road to walk on, and you're all the way into Glencoe on this kind of path. Well, I won't deny I am starting to feel a little bit fatigued now. We've got about 4 miles to go. A wee bit of it's uphill and then we're down into the head of Glencoe. But yes, the feet are feeling it. I'm tired, I'm ready to stop, but we've got a wee bit further to go. So yeah, let's not stop here too long because I'm going to cool down. Right, let's get to the top of this hill and down to our final resting spot for the night. 4 miles to go. We've topped out. We're now heading downhill, and I am seeing the mountain that Kingshouse sits below. So not long now, and we should get round the corner and see the magnificent Buccleuch Moor sitting in the middle of the head of Glencoe. So yeah, we're not far to go now. The legs are feeling a wee bit better now that I've gotten to the top and we're going downhill. But yeah, from here you get a great view of the expanse of Rannoch Moor. See, we only saw a little bit of it back there, but from here you get to see it from the head of Glencoe all the way down. I'll spin you around and let you have a look. So just down here is the point where, if you're staying at the Glencoe Mountain Resort, you'll be leaving the West Highland Way and heading up that path to the left there, up to the camping. They have the glamping pods as well, and showers and drying rooms. But today I'm going to keep on heading down the hill, down behind where those trees are, and we're going to head down to the Kingshouse Hotel. Well, that's me. I have made it to the Kingshouse Hotel. It's been almost exactly 20 miles and we're just before 5 o'clock now. I left Tyndrum at 8:10. So I've done not too badly today. With nothing but doing Inveroran in here, you're kind of forced to keep going, but hopefully it's going to be worth it. I'm going to get the backpack off, go in, see if I can get myself a table booked for this evening. Fingers crossed. Right, I'll let you see where we're camping once I get dinner sorted out. Well, it's not even 7 o'clock and I'll be honest, I am ready for bed. That's me having my dinner. I'm going to get the rest of the tent set up, but I'm going to sign off here. Thanks for joining us on day 5. If you've enjoyed it so far, then as always, please consider liking and subscribing on the channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and everyone helps. So join us tomorrow morning where hopefully this rain will have gone off and we'll get beautiful views along towards the Devil's Staircase and up over and down into Kinlochleven. Thanks for joining us, and as I always say, go create your own adventures, and we'll see you on the next one.